So one day, I was just relaxing, and then I encountered this being who clearly wasn't from here. So we proceeded to have a conversation, and I had a lot on my mind and wanted to ask so many things. And so this is how the conversation went. I started with a simple, "Welcome, visitor. I know we haven't formally been introduced face to face, or maybe formally. I hope you understand the difference between war and peace. Ignore the example of my species in the scorching heat of the warring east. It's so unappealing to the eye of the beholder, sorta like a forgery. Now I see that we can dialogue, so here's a cell phone to call home if you need to get your dial on. Cause I got airtime and minutes on rollover. Plus I noticed that your vehicle hasn't flown over. That's okay, you're amongst the understanding that this is not the first case of an accidental landing. Since we're expanding at accelerated rates, may I ask a couple questions that could benefit the race? Are there other planets out there with people that's 9 to 5 and they're killing other people cause they're texting while they're driving? If there is, then I guess you've seen it all, unless you witnessed the consumerism at my local mall. Have you witnessed other beings at the precipice of change who could rise to higher levels if they suddenly became aware of the power and were no longer afraid of everything received through the antennas on their brains? Was it you who built the pyramids? I mean, you're kinda small, but I guess I shouldn't judge solely by appearances.
Hello, tell me, do you know if our species will grow beyond the status quo? And although you're extraterrestrial, we have much to show, and you're so far from home.
Did you visit the Atlanteans and help them with the plans to build the crystal cities for the water overran? Are there 24-hour news cycles that only show the negative? Is there politics and prejudice? Are there traumatized veterans addicted to the sedatives prescribed to make them forget what the primary directive is? Is there religion or a spiritual perception amongst the people of your planet looking for connection or looking for direction? Either one, I'm sure there's someone in the power structure focused on deception or disease in the population, affecting kids who copulate before they're old enough to even hold an occupation. Is the music that can soothe the savage soul? Are the women beautiful? Are there strippers on the pole? Strike the last thought, you weren't supposed to hear that. I fear that I'm asking all the questions. It appears that you haven't said a word. I'm really not sure if you understand my language as you quietly observe. Could you offer me a signal that will show you comprehend? If you don't, it's okay, there's no need to pretend. Then he spoke in a dialect that wasn't of this planet, adjusted the device and I began to understand it.
Your questions prove there's intelligence on Earth. Continue on your journey till your energy dispersed.
Hello, tell me, do you know if our species will grow beyond the status quo? And although you're extraterrestrial, we have much to show, and you're so far from home. Hello, tell me, do you know if our species will grow beyond the status quo? And although you're extraterrestrial, we have much to show, and you're so far from home.